What's up, Illusioneers? It's the Wizard here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Killer Bee playing cards by Ellusionist. Taking a look at the tuck case, as you can see, the Killer Bees deck was printed on a matte black stock with embossed gold foil accents. Now at the front of the tuck, we have the text Killer Bees, and beneath that, the Killer Bee icon. And beneath that, the letters EKB for Ellusionist Killer Bees, along with some numbers and a letter to the right of that. And if we look at the top left-hand corner of the tuck, you can already see a hint of the honeycomb and line pattern that runs all the way around this tuck case and accentuates it very nicely. Now at the bottom, we have the Ellusionist logo, barcode, and ad copy. At the top, we have the text playing cards. On one side, we have the letters KBPC for Killer Bee playing cards. On the other side, we have the initials OJ for Oban Jones, the designer of this deck, and the initials DM for Daniel Madison that have also been paired with an E for Ellusionist. Now, if you look closely, right here you can see that there is a K, and if you follow the line pattern to the back of the tuck, you will see that Killer Bee has been spelled out. Now opening up the tuck flap, the designs do continue on to the inner flap, and there is a K, a Q, and a J for King, Queen, Jack. And on the inner tuck flaps, there are two gold bees. Aside from that, the rest of the tuck has been left unadorned on the inside, and all around, even though this is a minimal tuck, it is definitely one of my favorites. Now with this deck, you will get an Ellusionist ad card with a quote by Albert Einstein on the other side. And setting that aside, you will also get a card that shares a bit of info about what cause this deck of cards supports. And on the other side, we get a glimpse of the back design. Now, as you can see, the Killer Bees deck is an all-black deck, meaning that both the faces and the back design have been printed with black ink. Now, the only thing to note about this black deck design is that it will decrease the durability of each deck simply because the black ink does chip away through use to reveal the white cardstock beneath. Now setting that aside, you get two different jokers. Now setting that aside, here is a look at the Ace of Spades, and as you can no doubt tell by seeing this card, all the pips and all the faces, including the courts, have been made fully custom. Now if you look at the spade and club suits, they have been printed with white ink instead of black. And if you take a look at the hearts and diamonds, they have been printed with yellow ink instead of red. And also, taking a look at the court cards, each court is fully custom, and this deck is definitely beautifully designed. Now taking a look at how this deck handles, the Killer Bees deck by Ellusionist was printed on the USPCC's retail stock. What this means is that this deck will be slightly thinner than a Bicycle Standard deck is, and it will be much more flexible. Also, this deck will feel like it has been broken in right out of the box, and considering that it has a traditional cut, an embossed finish, a performance coat, and a back design that seems to be of a casino-type vibe with its own unique twist, this deck will definitely be an excellent choice, in my opinion, for use in card Magic. Also, I do believe the deck can be used in cardistry, but I also believe that there are much better decks out there for use in cardistry. That set aside, the deck's durability will suffer slightly simply because this deck is an all-black deck. However, if you do wear out the deck, you can always purchase Killer Bee reloads that Ellusionist sells, but the catch about the reloads is that instead of being printed by the USPCC, the reloads have been printed by Cartamundi on their B9 stock and finish. That being said, my question for you is, do you think Ellusionist will continue to carry the Killer Bees deck printed by USPCC and also offer reloads printed by Cartamundi, or do you think that Ellusionist will simply transition over to only selling the Cartamundi version? Let me know in the comments section down below.